Hello everyone, welcome to 5 minutes tutorial. In the series of our videos regarding concept of light, today we are going to do video number 2, which is about laws of reflection of light. So let's get started. What happens when light falls on an object? There are three things which can happen when light falls on any object. Either the light will be absorbed, or it is transmitted through the object, or it is reflected back by the object. Let us see first case first. If an object absorbs all the light which falls on it, then it will appear perfectly black. For example, a blackboard appears black because most of the light falling on the blackboard is absorbed and very little light is reflected from it. Fine. So what happens when an object allows light to pass through it? Let us see second case. If the object allows the light to pass through itself, the object is said to be transparent. For example, an ordinary glass sheet. We know that ordinary glass sheet has some thickness, so concept of refraction will take place here, which we will study in our further videos. But it will transmit light which passes through it. So when light rays falls on it, then it will let light rays pass through it and it will appear transparent. Fine. But most of the objects in this universe, they reflect some of the light which falls on their surface, which means that they bounce back or send back the light rays which fall on their surface. If you throw a ball against a ball will be bounced back towards you. Same is the case with reflection. When the beam of light falls on any object, it is bounced back or reflected back. For example, if we have a tree and light is falling on this tree from any luminous object, then this tree will reflect the light or bounce back the light or reflect the light which falls on it, right? So what is reflection? The process of sending back the light rays which fall on the surface of an object is called reflection of light. Silver metal is one of the best reflectors of light. Polished silver mirror reflects back more than 95% of the light falling on it. Since silver metal is one of the best reflectors of light, it is used for making plane mirrors. So what is a plane mirror? Plane mirror is a thin, flat and smooth sheet of a glass. We have a sheet of a glass, and on one side of the glass sheet, what we do is we have a coat of silver metal. We have a sheet of silver metal attached to it. And since we know that silver metal is easily scratched and it soon becomes rough, so we have to protect this silver layer. So how we protect it? By applying a coat of red paint. And you must have seen mirrors which have a coat of red paint on its back side. The side where the red paint is applied is called the non-reflecting side, and the side where you are going to see your own image is the reflecting side. This is the reflecting side. Now in physics, every time whenever we have to draw a plane mirror, we cannot draw a mirror like this. So how we draw a plane mirror? On a piece of paper, or every time you have to draw a plane mirror? So what we will do is we'll take a straight line and we will draw a number of short oblique lines on one side of it, and this is how we'll represent a plane mirror. Fine. Okay. Now we'll see few terms which are associated with reflection of light from a plane surface. So there are few terms associated with it. First is your incident ray. What is incident ray? The ray of light which fall on the mirror surface is called incident ray. This is your incident ray. Fine. And at the point where it is striking the mirror is called point of incidence. After striking the mirror, it is reflected back. So the ray which is reflected back is called the reflected ray. And if we draw a straight line which is perpendicular to the surface of mirror, then that line is called normal. This is normal. The angle which is made between the incident ray and the normal is called angle I, which is angle of incidence. And the angle which is made between the reflected ray and the normal is called angle of reflection. Fine. Now what are laws of reflection? First law of reflection says that the incident ray, this is incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal at the point of incident, they all lie in the same plane. What is the meaning of this term that they all lie in the same plane? It means that they're neither coming up out of the paper or screen nor going down into the paper or screen. Fine, so they are on the one side of the screen or the paper. Clear? So they are in the same plane. Second law, which is very important, it states that the angle of incident, this angle I, which incident ray is making with the normal, is always equal to the angle of reflection. Fine, angle I is always equal to angle R. Fine. Now, what happens when a ray of light falls normally on or perpendicularly on the surface of a mirror? For example, if you have a mirror and light ray is falling perpendicularly on it, okay, so when light ray is falling perpendicularly on it, then the angle between angle of line of incidence or the incident ray and the normal, the angle between them is equal to 0. So angle I is 0. Similarly, angle between your point of incidence and the reflected ray is also equal to 0. So when your angle of incidence and angle of reflection both are equal to 0, then there will be no deviation of the ray of light, and the ray of light will follow the same path. It is reflected back along the same path. Fine. The laws of reflection of light apply to all kind of mirrors, plane mirrors as well as spherical mirrors like concave mirrors and convex mirrors, which we will study in our further videos. I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you. Thank you for watching.